If democracy means rule by the people, then the Electoral College is an affront to democracy. I'm Jack Foley. Today is Election Day, November 3rd, 2020. I want to talk to you about art. The Electoral College is a way of avoiding the will of the people. Art is a way for the people's voice to make itself heard. Never before have we so needed political consciousness. Never before have we so needed art. I would like to promote a new online print magazine with a French name and initials that means something in English. Litterateur RW. Litterateur, redefining world. It does not come from New York or San Francisco or London or Dublin or Paris or Berlin or New South Wales. It comes from Kerala, India. It is global in its intent and vehemently hip, woke in its procedures. You will often find accents here and syntactical constructions that are not what is usually referred to as standard English. Long years ago, James Joyce understood that the voice of the people did not express itself in standard English. His Finnegan's Wake, though in English, is also an attack upon the English language, which for Joyce was simultaneously his own language and the language of the oppressor. Americans understand this contradiction all too well. The following words of mine will appear in the current issue of Litterateur RW. I was asked for my definition of poetry. I wrote this. Despite popular usage, the opposite of poetry is not prose. The opposite of prose is verse. Prose is a form, just as the sonnet or the villanelle is a form. What we call poetry can occur as an element of any form, verse or prose. Poetry is an intensification of words so that they leap beyond their immediate meaning and evoke contexts that arise purely from imagination. What makes a poem is its accomplishment of this event, this leap. Verbal music, not quite the same thing as the music produced by an instrument or by a singing voice. Verbal music is an aspect as well. So we may say that poetry is a musical, linguistic evocation of otherness, of something beyond the words in their initial and immediate appearance. To put it another way, poetry can be hope. You will find plenty of that in Litterateur RW. I wrote this as a form of poetry and a form of hope. November 3rd, 2020. I spoke to my son of the rebirth of progressive political thought. I spoke to my son of possibility. I spoke to him of the hope for a more just, more loving world, of a new birth of the best aspects of the 1960s, so easily parodied or denied. I spoke to my son of a world my generation failed to give him, and which I would have wished for him and his loving wife. I do not know what today will bring. Perhaps a failure of our hopes. But hope is the sweet air in our lungs. I spoke to my son of the need for love. This is Jack Foley.